I know it was in the back of my head, like, people are just like, this perception of me where I'm a system duelist and, this team player. I know I'm more than that, and I'm more than capable of doing, like, any duelist things.
Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview, this time covering the pre-event phase of the 2025 VCT Americas Kickoff event. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by IC, the newest member of Evil Geniuses. We're looking part to take part in the competition, potentially also qualify for Masters, Bangkok, and then everything else after that point. So, IC, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to talk to you before the start of the season. Obviously, new year, new you, and also obviously new team. And so just want to ask you just sort of the vibes, like, what, how have you been kind of like how has the experience been for you just being with a new team at the start of the year?
Um, Being with a new team, it's a breath of fresh air. I mean, I love this team that I'm on right now with EG. I think the team I vibe with really well. Coach Potter. I think I'm learning a lot and getting better as we play. And as the more we play, I think that things are coming together. I think we're looking good going into kickoff, and I'm pretty excited for the matches and just show myself in a new environment.
Definitely, and of course, when it comes to looking at your career, I see, and just the many teams that you've been a part of course, I got to look at 2023. You were part of that EG squad, or reserve squad, at the middle part of that year, and then from that point on, you moved over to Tier Two. Then you joined G2, played there, rounded out the rest of the 2024 season, played in Champions, and then went back to Evil Geniuses. So just want to cover first and foremost the return to Evil Geniuses. Like, not only do I want to ask you about how that even happened, but more so, what's the feeling like for you to go back to the organization now as a first team member, not just a member from the reserve squad?
It's pretty insane. Like I know thinking back, because the whole team was in LA, like the reserve team and the main team, and I was just at home just playing with them. I felt like kind of like weird not being like with the team in person, like not meeting anybody that I was playing with. But now it like feels like surreal, like actually being with the team. I have a lot of experience coming in from G2, and I gained that experience, and now I'm in EG with more experience. So it feels like I'm used to like playing on stage, like playing in the big leagues, and now I'm with EG again. So it feels good knowing that I'm with the main team rather than the reserve team. I'm looking forward to playing with them and showing like how good this roster is, because I think we have a lot of potential. I think going into kickoff, we're all feeling really good. The vibes are good. Everything's going well right now. So I think it's gonna be good for us.
I believe from like it became pretty apparent, as soon as the season wrapped up and the roster meeting was beginning to ramp up, that G2 was going to move on from you and sign Jogamo, and that's exactly what it did. And I kind of want to ask you about what that situation is like for you, because like the community was basically saying, okay, hey, you got Jogamo right there, you got to put him in for Icy, and of course, unfortunate for Icy, but it's such a situation that has to be done in order for G2 to get better. And then in a lot of ways, like, many people put you onto the wayside in terms of like where you were at in VCT for this year. And so, like, how'd you kind of look at the community perception of you and just having to juggle with that, and also like seeing that in conjunction with what you did with G2, helping them be competitive in VCT Americas and also champions, and then also having to move on into EG. How do you kind of look at the perception at that time?
I try not to like look too much into like the community perception. I mean, like people like I all last season I'm just like system duelist this, system duelist that. I kind of like try to look past that. I mean, I think people are like just view me in a way where I mean I had like some high highs and some pretty lows on G2, and I think that people are kind of focusing on the lows. I mean, I think it's I don't know. But with the move that G2 made, I know that they wanted Jogamo for a while. I know, like, before the season, they wanted Jogamo. It wasn't like, I mean, obviously, I'm surprised because I think we had a really great year, and I think that we were improving, getting better. We were meshing well, but I know they wanted Jogamo, so they went that route. And now I'm on EG. I think things happen for a reason. I'm excited to play with EG. Me and Jaw just swapped one for one, and I think it could be better for both of us. I think in this new environment, I could prove myself in new ways that I wasn't doing on G2. Because I know I had some good moments, but also I wasn't playing at my best in some games. So I think that it's gonna go well this year.
Talking about your performance, I think that's one of the reasons why people were kind of saying, as you kind of said in the answer, like this, some duel is this, some duel is that. A guy that is kind of there, just floating around within the leagues, like group of duelists. I mean, did it kind of bother you that people kind of looked at you as like some kind of duelist? Some duelists, that's just there.
Um, I would say it bothered me, but not to the point where it's like actually affecting me. But I know it was in the back of my head. Like people are just like this perception of me where I'm a system duelist and this team player. I know I'm more than that, and I'm more than capable of doing like any duelist things. I feel like my play style was not like I don't want to say I changed my play style like when I joined G2, but I think there was more things I was keeping in mind and trying to just be like a team. I'm not trying to like overheat, do too much for the team. I'm just trying to secure the rounds and do my job. And like doing your job sometimes it'll get you the hate, but it works out. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it really bothers me, but I just know that the community perception is something that I'm not like overthinking or anything. I know people will think what they think and they can think that, and I'll just keep being me.
And as a result of your effort and your performance last year, you eventually made it to EG, and then in conjunction with your return to EG, we saw the addition of EA into the squad. I want to ask you just what's that like? Just having to play with a player like EA. One of the best player in the world back in 2022. Had to go a few different trajectories in his return to America. So what's that like? What's been some of the things that you kind of been understanding more about him?
I think Ye is a sick player. I mean, he's honestly insane. The mechanics on this guy are actually insane. I think that he's gonna show everybody like why he's here for a reason. I think that him being on the team, he's a big asset to our team. And I think that people underrate him just because of like the past performances on his previous teams, like prior or after Optic and C9. But I think, like, he's a better player than what he showed, and I think in the right environment when I think with Coach Potter, I think that Potter will, lift him up, and I think we're gonna be solid this year. I think Ye is gonna be a huge piece in our, roster.
Yeah, and then like your first opponent in kickoff is going to be against the Loud, and then after that, should you guys beat them, then just kind of wait. Let me just go a little bit, give a quick skim through the bracket, you have that match against Crew, and so then after that, who knows what happens? So, kind of a two-part question. Just sort of what's the form like for EG ahead of kickoff, and also on top of that, with you getting into the team, and then also Ye being added, and then also the retainment of Derek, Stupeman, and Nature. What do you think this team ranks against the rest of VCT Americas?
I think people will underrate us just based on our roster, but I think we have every asset a team needs. I think, like, when it comes to, like, clutching, like, just, like, killing, like, I feel like we have everything that a team needs, and I think we're gonna go well against other teams, and I'm looking forward to the first match against Loud.
Like, if you can kind of put like an exact number ranking, what would that be at? Like, would you put it yourself fifth, sixth, fourth, anything like that?
I mean, if I were to put a number ranking, I'm a confident guy. I'm going into every game thinking we're the best team. I'm not going into a match thinking, oh, these guys are better than us. It's gonna be straight confidence from me. I'm sure, like, my team as well. Like, you have to be confident in this game. If you wanna win, confidence is like the biggest factor, I think, in this game.
Yeah, for sure, and definitely we'll be seeing more of Evil Geniuses. Definitely going to be looking forward to seeing more of you. Looking forward to more conversations, hopefully to somewhere down the line. So that said, plenty of expectations for EG and plenty of hope for you guys to do well. So that's it. I'm going to wrap up the interview right here. I see, appreciate it so much for giving me one more conversation, the first one of 2025. So you get the first one, the first nod or honor, if that's the right way to say it. But I see, thank you so much. Best of luck
Of
in
course.
kickoff.
Thank you.